It was the middle of winter. The sun had just set, and it was very, very cold. An icy wind was blowing from the east, and as it blew, it softly whispered, "Snow." Deep in the dark roots of Brambly Hedge, tiny lights could be seen moving hastily along, and then just as swiftly disappearing. The lights belonged to the mice who lived in Brambly Hedge. They'd heard the wind's message and were hurrying home to get out of the cold. But there was one mouse, a young mouse by the name of Wilfred Toadflax, who longed for the snow to come.
And then if the snow gets really, really deep, I'm going to take you out to the top of the highest drift, and we'll whoosh down faster than a flash of lightning.
Faster than you can run to the store stump to collect some honey and clover flower from Mr. Apple.
Oh, can I finish polishing my toboggan first?
Not if you want fresh biscuits for tea.
Biscuits? Store stump, here I come!
Wilfred imagined himself an intrepid explorer on a sleek toboggan, speeding fearlessly across deep snowdrifts.
Faster, faster!
Oh, my.
Wilfred Toadflax, wherever are you going in such a hurry?
Mrs. Eyebright, Lord Woodmouse, I'm really sorry. I was
You were just riding on a toboggan, weren't you?
No, I mean, yeah, well, sort of. But how did you know...
That's for me to know, and for you to know I know.
Well, if this snow keeps up, as I believe it will, you'll soon be able to go tobogganing. On a real toboggan.
I can't wait! Do you really think there'll be a lot of snow, Lord Woodmouse?
Smells like it to me.
And there's a feeling in the air, just like that time long, long ago when the snow got so deep, it went all the way to the top of the third notch on the old oak palace.
Wow!
If, and only if it gets that deep, will it be deep enough for a snowball.
A snowball?
Yes. There's only ever been one snowball that I can remember. It was held in the year Mr. Eyebright and I were married. What a night! And what a feast we prepared! Oh, special snowball food.
Food? sorry, Mrs. Eyebright. I've just remembered I have to go to the store stump for my mother.
Go carefully on that toboggan.
Later, as Wilfred and Mr. Apple left the store stump to head for home, they were greeted by delicious, warm smells, which wafted from the kitchen of Crabapple Cottage out into the crisp, cold air.
That smells good.
Do you think it's going to keep snowing, Mr. Apple?
I do, Wilfred.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I have the feeling that young Wilfred can't wait. Hello, dear.
Goodness me, if there's as much snow out there as you've brought in here.
There'll be enough for a snowball.
Oh. I can remember my mother talking about the last snowball.
Well, now old Mrs. Eyebright's the only one of us who was actually there.
And I'm sure she'll remember all the snowball recipes. I've got one for blackberry sorbet, which my mother gave me, and snowball meringues.
Well, I wouldn't set my heart on blackberry sorbet or a snowball if I were you.
Oh.
The snow would have to come all the way up to the third notch on the old oak palace. Can you imagine that much snow?
Of course. Can't you?
I'm sorry. I can't think of all that cold snow when I'm sitting by our warm fire eating the best mushroom pie in Brambly Hedge.
Oh,
Next door in the hornbeam tree, the Toadflax children didn't want to think about anything but lots of cold snow. They'd been sent off to bed after a hot supper by the fire, but they were far too excited to sleep.
Tobogganing tomorrow.
Snow pancakes for tea. We'll make a snow mouse.
And I'll knock it over.
Hey, be careful.
While Wilfred dreamt of high drifts and his shiny toboggan, the night silently slipped away, leaving behind it a thick, white blanket of snow.
What is that?
Hurry, hurry, let's get outside.
Look, I've never seen so much snow.
And where do you think you're going?
It's all right, Mum. We're just going out for a quick toboggan ride, and then you'll have time to make breakfast.
That's very thoughtful of you, Wilfred.
Ready, toboggan?
Now we'll have to wait till Dad gets up and digs us out.
Oh, no, we won't. I'll dig us out.
Mum, guess what? We're snowed in.
Wilfred said he's going to dig us out.
Oh, he does he? Well, you just go and remind him that young mice never dig without the help of a grown-up. I'll go and get your father up. The Wilfred may have the whole hedge dug out by then.
As the rest of Brambly Hedge woke up, the morning sunlight revealed that the snow was thicker than the mice had expected. All the downstairs windows and many of the upper ones were hidden in deep drifts.
My. So, Mrs. Eyebright, what do you think? Is the snow deep enough for a snowball? It's almost up to the third notch.
Almost isn't enough, Lord Woodmouse. But another snowfall should do it.
Excellent. I'll keep my eye on it and report to Mr. Apple.
Did you hear that, Basil?
I certainly did. And it's enough for me to get my skates on. Get my skates on. That's a good one. Well, if there is going to be a snowball, and I'll wager there is, I'll need to make my celebrated celebration punch. Elderberry cordial, an essential ingredient. It looks like there's some digging to be done.
In every home along the hedgerow, shovels, maps and ropes were kept in a special cupboard by the front door, so that in a situation like this, the mice could dig tunnels from tree to tree.
Primrose! I should have known it was you.
It's much too dangerous out here for me. I'll go and check on the snow.
Come on, let's go tobogganing.
Wilfred, Primrose, there's going to be a very important meeting in the store stump in 10 minutes. Please tell anyone you see to come along.
Wilfred, did you hear that? It must mean that we can...
Primrose, if we don't go now and there is a snowball, we won't get a chance to toboggan until tomorrow.
So what's wrong with tomorrow?
We have to wait for it. I can't wait. I'm a right now sort of mouse, so I'm going tobogganing right now. Oh, Basil.
Hello, Basil.
Primrose, Wilfred, how nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Basil. Bye.
Oh, my. And it's very nice to see that splendid toboggan.
Yes, we were just about to take it on its first run.
Oh, you were you? Well, I was wondering if maybe before you do that, you might consider lending it to me for a moment. Not a long moment, of course, just a short one. You see, I have some more ingredients for my celebrated celebration punch at Elderbury Lodge. It's important to have the very best for the snowball.
We don't even know if there's going to be a snowball.
Wilfred? I'm sure Wilfred doesn't mind if you borrow his toboggan, do you, Wilfred?
But Primrose! Splendid! Will you kindly look after this while I go and fetch the other boxes? Oh, this is splendid, absolutely splendid.
My toboggan.
As Wilfred waited and waited and waited, he couldn't help wishing he was whooshing down the highest snowdrift.
Where is Basil?
You know what he's like.
Come along, you two. You'll freeze your tails off out here.
We can't, Mrs. Krusty Bread. We've got to look after this box for Basil.
Mind how you go, Basil. You can never be too careful. It was great. It was grand. The best drink in the land. For breakfast, supper, tea, or lunch, drink Basil's celebration punch!
Wilfred?
You go, Primrose. I'll wait here with Basil's box.
All right. But I'll come straight back.
Basil, where are you?
This is not good. Not good at all.
Unaware of the danger that Basil was in, the mice at Brambly Hedge gathered in the warmth and safety of the store stump. Meanwhile, Lord Woodmouse scurried through the tunnels from the old oak palace with the final snow report.
Shush, everyone! Mr. Apple's going to speak.
When the snows are lying deep, when the field has gone to sleep, when the blackthorn turns to white, and frosty stars bejewel the night, when summer streams have turned to ice, a snowball warms the heart of mice. Friends, I declare that a snowball will take place tonight in the ice hall.
Where is the ice hall, Dad?
Oh, Catkin, that's a good question.
You are going to build it.
Am I?
We all are. Wilfred! Wilfred! There is going to be a snowball! Tonight!
Tonight? Well, I can't wait for Basil any longer. I'm going to find him and my toboggan now.
But Wilfred?
Primrose, where's Wilfred? Everyone's got to help with the digging.
Oh, he's... Oh, never mind. I'll go and get him.
Did you find Wilfred?
Primrose has gone to fetch him.
So it was agreed that the mice would follow the snowball traditions of their forefathers. The first thing they had to do was find the perfect spot to build the ice hall. There was a deep drift of snow banked against the store stump, and the expectant mice watched and waited, all eyes on Mr. Apple.
This is it.
Mice, prepare to dig.
As midday approached, work commenced hollowing out the middle of the drift, while deep in the tunnels, Wilfred was on a mission of his own.
Basil! Basil! Oh!
Wilfred!
My toboggan!
Don't! It could be dangerous. Where's Basil? Basil?
Oh, yes! Yes! It's me, Basil. The snow fell in on me.
I'll get some help.
No! We can't wait. We have to rescue Basil now.
Oh, Wilfred.
Meanwhile, the rest of the mice had dug the snow from inside the drift, piled it into carts and taken it down to the stream.
Now, bring those icicles over here.
Just nudge the top a little to the left. The next one goes here. Isn't that right, Mrs. Eyebright?
All along Brambly Hedge, kitchens and fires were hot and busy. Pies browned and sizzled, and soups, stews and puddings bubbled, while crab apples roasted over the fire.
Mrs. Eyebright, sorry to bother you when you're so busy, but have you by any chance seen Wilfred?
Wilfred? Isn't he out with Primrose? Well, I wouldn't worry about Wilfred. I'm freezing.
Me too.
We'll have to get help. You wait here.
But I'm not a waiting sort of mouse, Primrose.
Wilfred, don't!
Whoa!
Wilfred!
In the ice hall, the mice of Brambly Hedge were too busy working to even notice that Wilfred, Basil and Primrose were missing, trapped in a tunnel.
Oh, mind your backs now. Make way.
We have everything here but the punch, dear. I do hope Basil hasn't forgotten.
You know Basil, dear. I'm sure he's just trying to decide exactly what should go into it.
And tasting what should go into it too, I shouldn't wonder.
Basil, are you all right?
As good as can be expected in these circumstances. What about you?
I'm cold.
If only I hadn't pulled on the toboggan.
Well, you did. As usual, you just couldn't wait.
I can't help it if I'm a right now sort of mouse.
And right now we're stuck. And not just sort of. Oh, it'll be ages before anyone comes looking for us.
It seemed that Primrose was right. By tea time, the ice hall was almost finished. The sparkling ice columns and glistening carvings were in place, and the mice were just adding the all-important finishing touches. Mr. Toadflax had fetched some glowworms from the bank at the end of the hedge to illuminate the ice hall.
You missed a spot there, Flax. Oh, much obliged to you.
Does anybody have any more holly? I think we could use a few more sprigs here and there. Here you are, Mrs. Eyebright. Have you seen Primrose recently? Primrose? She's with Wilfred, isn't she? I wouldn't worry about Primrose. Here you are, children.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Eyebright.
You haven't seen Basil, have you, Mrs. Eyebright?
No, Mr. Apple, I haven't.
Wherever can he be?
At last, it was time for the workers to admire the fruits of their labours before going home to wash and change. Trapped in their snowy cave, 3 very cold and unhappy mice weren't going anywhere. Basil was trying his best to keep everyone's spirits up.
Don't worry. I'm sure they're on their way.
Oh, what are we going to do when all 3 lanterns go out?
We'll wait in the dark.
I hate waiting.
Yes, Wilfred, we noticed.
You'd think they would have come looking for us by now. Oh, no.
I don't like this.
I'm sorry I ever got you two into this.
Wait a minute. Maybe if we pushed the toboggan, we could bash a hole through the snow. Why didn't we think of that before?
Probably because it's not a good idea.
Oh, come on, Primrose. It's worth a try.
I agree, and at least the exercise will warm us up.
Oh, all right. Anything to get warm.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Push! Look!
It's working!
One more time. 1, 2, 3, push!
I think I can crawl through there.
Whoa, Wilfred, not so fast. We must prop it up first. There.
Right.
Wilfred?
They don't fit.
I'll fit.
You? But you can't go. You're not old enough.
Wilfred Toadflax, I don't believe you just said...
Now. Listen, Wilfred, if it hadn't been for your idea to make the hole in the first place, there wouldn't be anything for Primrose to crawl through, would there?
Basil's right, Wilfred.
Off you go, Primrose, but hurry!
And be careful!
Using every ounce of courage she could muster, Primrose set off through the dark and deserted tunnel. Basil and Wilfred felt quite helpless and quite alone. Back at the ice hall, the guests were arriving for the snowball. As they entered, they were filled with wonder by the splendor and magnificence of the occasion.
Oh, my, it's perfect. Takes me right back. Hello, Betty. Where's Primrose?
Primrose? Isn't she with you?
No. I thought Primrose and Wilfred were with you. But if they're not with me, and they're not with you, where are they?
Oh, dear, something's happened. I know it.
Wilfred and Primrose are missing.
Everyone, stop everything.
What's going on?
Fetch some lanterns. Don't worry, we'll find them. Now, who saw them last?
I haven't seen them since this morning.
Whatever can have happened to
Where
them?
could they be?
We've got to find them.
Help, quickly! Primrose! A tunnel caved in! Wilfred and Basil are still stuck. Just outside Elderbury Lodge. The lanterns are going out. The roof's going to cave in.
In the cold, dark tunnel, Wilfred and Basil huddled together and bravely sang. They were trying to drown out the ominous creakings and groanings of the props, which sounded as though they might give way at any moment under the weight of the heavy snow.
Breakfast, supper, tea, or lunch.
Basil, did you hear that?
What's taking them so long?
I hope they're all right.
Of course they're all right.
I think we'd rather have your punch without ice, if it's all the same to you, Basil.
Wilfred!
Basil!
I'm so glad you're safe.
So am I, Mum. Wow! Look at all this!
Isn't it amazing?
It certainly is. And now that we are finally all together, it's officially time for the snowball to begin.
1, 2, 3.
Supper is served. Come along, everybody. Oh, wow. Wonderful. What a feast.
Oh, I don't know. You pass the blackberry sword.
It's not as good as mine would have been, but it'll do.
Your snowball meringues are exquisite.
Thank you. My mother's recipe.
It's a shame you couldn't go to Bogganing today, Wilfred.
It's all right, Primrose. I can wait till tomorrow.
Wait? You?
I'm not one for all this dancing, but it was worth coming for the food.
Oh, Alfred.
Mrs. Toadflex, would you care to dance?
Oh, Lord Woodmouse. I'd love to.
I never dreamt I'd live to see all this again. It's... Oh.
Yes, Mrs. Eyebright. It's quite magnificent.
The snowball went on until dawn. The musicians were tired. The ice columns began to drip. The sleepy mice could dance no more, and young Wilfred finally got to ride his beloved toboggan. The mice wandered home through the snow tunnels, climbed the stairs, and crept into their warm beds. Outside the window, the snow had started to fall again, but no one noticed. Every mouse in Brambly Hedge was fast asleep. It was the most beautiful morning. The spring sunshine crept into every cottage, where little windows in the trees were opened wide. Most of the mice were still sleeping, but not Wilfred Toadflags.
It's today! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
What's going on?
It's my birthday!
Happy birthday, Wilfred.
Happy birthday, Wilfred.
Where are your presents, Wilfred?
Look.
Oh, yes!
What is it?
It's a drum! Look!
Can I play it, Wilfred?
Wait until Wilfred's had a chance to try it first, Teasel.
A pea shooter? Oh, I'll have some fun with this!
But the last present was the best of all. Something Wilfred had always wanted.
A whistle!
Wow! Let's hear it, Wilfred.
Breakfast first, Wilfred. What would you like?
Pancakes!
Come in, dear. Oh, how does he do it?
The sound of Wilfred's whistle was carried on the spring breeze down the hedge. Next door in Crabapple Cottage, Mr. and Mrs. Apple were up bright and early as usual.
I think someone needs a lesson from the blackbird.
Betty said they were giving Wilfred a whistle for his birthday.
It's his birthday, is it? Well. That was a delicious breakfast, as always, my dear.
Why, thank you, Pip.
I'll be off to the store stump now. Wouldn't it be nice if we could do something really special for Wilfred today? Something we could all do. Ah, well, bye for now, my dear.
See you later, Pip.
The store stump was not far away. As Mr. Apple walked through the grass to the door, he felt someone pull his tail.
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Wilfred. Would you like to come into the store stump? We'll see what we can find.
Oh, yes, please, Mr. Apple. Thank you.
The store stump was where the mice of Brambly Hedge kept all their food. Leading off from the enormous hall were many passages and storerooms full of nuts and honey and jams and sweetmeats.
Oh, wow!
Choosing a treat was almost as much fun as eating it, so Wilfred took his time.
So, Wilfred, are you doing anything special for your birthday?
Not really. I thought maybe Primrose and I might have an adventure.
Oh, I see. No special plans, then?
Mum's doing a birthday tea. I think I'd like some of those, please.
Sugared violets. You know something? They're my favourite, too.
Thank you, Mr. Apple. Bye.
No plans, eh? Well, that gives me an idea. I must see Lord Woodmouse.
Lord and Lady Woodmouse lived in the old oak palace in the middle of the hedge. Lord Woodmouse had just returned from his morning walk.
It's a beautiful day. You should have come with me, Primrose. I saw your friend Wilfred heading towards the stream, eating sugared violets.
I expect they were a birthday present.
Hello?
It's Grandpa! We're in here.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Grandpa. Guess what? It's Wilfred's birthday.
Oh, I know. And that's exactly why I've come.
Now, would you like some porridge, Mr. Apple?
No, thank you, Mrs. Krusty Bread. But I wouldn't mind a cup of tea.
So what's this all about then, Pip?
Well, seeing as it's such a lovely day, I thought we all might have a picnic.
A picnic? That's a wonderful idea.
Ah, what's more, it can be a surprise birthday party for young Wilfred.
I love surprise parties.
We'll get everyone to help.
Well, I could bake the cake, and I'm sure Mrs. Toadflax will want to do the icing. Oh! What on earth?
I bet I know who did that. Wilfred, happy birthday.
Hey, Primrose, why don't you come out? We could have a birthday adventure.
I'd love to, but...
Oh, does this by any chance belong to you, young mouse?
Do you like my new pea shooter, Mrs. Krusty Bread?
It's a very nice pea shooter, but just don't let me catch you aiming it at my porridge again.
Sorry. Come on, Primrose, you can't catch me. She'll never find me here.
We might all have a picnic at Bluebell Bank.
A picnic at Bluebell Bank? Shh! Why are we whispering?
Because we want to make the picnic a surprise party for Wilfred.
That's a splendid idea.
A surprise? I'd better finish mending the lid on the picnic hamper then.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Alfred.
Thank you, Blossom.
What is that noise?
Oh, that's not a noise, Basil. It's Wilfred playing his new whistle.
You call that playing? Oh, this can't go on. Something's got to be done. This is a job for me, isn't it, Pip?
You're absolutely right, Basil. Ah, this is excellent. You keep Wilfred occupied while we prepare the picnic.
Well, now, what are we all waiting for? Now, come along, everyone.
Wilfred? Wilfred? Wilfred!
Oh, hello, Basil. Do you like my tune?
Well, I might if you could play it properly.
Oh, you mean like this?
Wilfred, give me the whistle. Please.
All right, Basil, but it is my birthday.
And I'm going to give you a present.
Are you? What is it?
A whistle lesson. Now listen carefully.
Everyone in Brambly Hedge was invited to the picnic, and there was much to be done. So while Basil played and Wilfred listened, the rest of the mice prepared for the big surprise party.
Oh, make way for the cake.
That looks delicious. Good thing Wilfred isn't here to see it.
Easy, anyway. Don't worry about him. He's down by the stream with Basil.
Oh, do you think I'll be able to play like that?
Absolutely. If you practice and take it a little bit at a time. I suggest you start by playing these few notes. They're some of my favourites. Watch carefully now. Now you try. Wilfred, stop! A little bit at a time. That's better.
I can't wait to show Primrose what I've learned. Thanks, Basil.
By now, Primrose was up to her whiskers in picnic preparations. It had been agreed that it would be her job to get the unsuspecting Wilfred to Bluebell Bank by midday. She wasn't sure how she was going to do it, but she knew she would think of something.
It's Wilfred!
Quick, hide the food.
And the baskets.
Close that hamper.
Hey, Primrose, listen to this. So, what do you think?
That was lovely, Wilfred.
Yes, very good, Wilfred.
A vast improvement.
Now, why don't you and Primrose run along and play?
Good idea. Come on, let's have an adventure.
What's that?
What?
That!
Oh, that. That's a picnic hamper. Now, let's go.
I know it's a picnic hamper, but what's it doing out here?
It's filled with things I promised to take to Old Vole. Oh, good thing you saw it. I almost forgot.
You mean you have to take this all the way to Vole's home now?
Yes. Well, no. Not all the way to his home. He said he'd meet me at Bluebell Bank at midday.
Oh.
You'd better set off, Primrose. Old Vole needs these things rather urgently.
Oh, yes, he does, doesn't he? Want to come with me, Wilfred? Then afterwards we can have an adventure.
Oh, I suppose so. Here, I'll do the pushing. Oh, I'm stronger than you.
Wilfred Toadflax, I don't believe you said that. But if you want to push it, it's all yours. Let's take the path around the cornfield. By the stream, it's not so bumpy.
Well done, Primrose. That was inspired.
So remember, when you get to Bluebell Bank, you won't see us because we'll be hiding.
Just get Wilfred to open the hamper.
And when he does, shout now. That'll be our signal to jump out and shout, surprise!
All right?
All right.
Oh, and don't forget, keep Wilfred out of the way and take your time.
What's he doing? Hurry up, Primrose! Are you coming or not?
Coming, Wilfred.
So Wilfred pushed the very heavy hamper along the path around the cornfield, a bit disappointed that the day wasn't going exactly as he'd planned. Hardly anyone seemed to care that it was his birthday. Not even Primrose.
Isn't it a beautiful day?
What's in here? It's really heavy.
What's in it? What's in it? Let me think. Oh, yes. Lots and lots of leaves and herbs to help poor old Vole with his rheumatism.
Leaves?
Yes, leaves. And things like that. Oh, it's really nice for you to come with me, Wilfred.
And on my birthday, too. Oh, you'd think a few more mice would have remembered.
Wilfred had also been hoping for a few more presents, though he knew it would be rude to mention it.
Do you think we have time for a rest?
Why not? Let's go down to the stream to cool off. Last one there's a weasel.
What's this? A cart with a picnic hamper in it. Goodness me, what's it doing all the way up here? I'll just take it back to the Toadflaxes where it belongs.
That's better.
Much. Now let's get going. Where's the hamper?
You had it last. What did you do with it, Wilfred?
Nothing. I just left it here.
Then where is it?
It's gone.
Whilst Wilfred and Primrose tried to work out what could have happened to the hamper, Wilfred's father snoozed under the warm spring sun.
Alfred, have you managed to mend that hamper, dear?
I'm still working on it, honeysuckle.
Oh, I'm happy to say this is the last batch of scones.
Picnic time. Come on, Dad.
I still can't get this silly thing to open.
Not to worry. I'm sure we'll be able to squeeze our food into someone else's hamper. Just take that one back upstairs, will you?
All the way back upstairs? There really isn't time to take it all the way back upstairs. There, that'll do.
Back at the palace roots, the mice were just about ready to leave for Bluebell Bank. Lord Woodmouse wanted to be sure that they arrived well ahead of Wilfred, Primrose and the birthday cake.
It will be wonderful to see Wilfred's face when he opens that hamper and we all jump out from behind the bluebells.
Wilfred, however, wouldn't be able to open the hamper if he and Primrose couldn't find it. Having given their situation some thought, Primrose decided the best thing to do was wait where they were in case the hamper was returned.
Those notes are very nice, but don't know any others, Wilfred.
Oh, come on, Primrose. Is that hamper really so important? Can't we just gather some more leaves for old Vole? Wait a minute.
What is it?
Primrose, look. The cart had 2 wheels, but I can see tracks for 4 wheels. Somebody must have wheeled the hamper away.
Are you sure?
Yes, look. Come on, let's follow these tracks.
Meanwhile, Basil and the birthday hamper were just arriving at the Hornbeam where the Toadflaxes lived.
Oh dear, no one at home. Well, I'll just put it here where it'll be safe.
Hello, Basil.
Flex! Where are you going in such a hurry?
To Bluebell Bank for the picnic. Quick, we can't be late.
Picnic? Why didn't anyone tell me? We'll need rose-petal wine, and it's my job to bring it.
And Basil, his mind now fixed on his wine cellar and the job to be done, hurried off towards Elderberry Lodge, the hamper forgotten. Well, not completely forgotten.
One set of tracks goes that way.
But that's the way we came, so they must be our tracks leading back to my home. That means the hamper went this way towards your home. Come on!
Here. All right, everyone. Make sure the hampers are well out of sight.
We must hurry.
Wilfred and Primrose will be here any minute.
Mrs. Eyebright needn't have worried, because Wilfred and Primrose were nowhere near the Bluebell Bank.
I think we're getting somewhere.
Wilfred, watch out!
The cart! But where's the hamper?
There it is. Oh, thank goodness.
What's it doing here?
Good question. It's a funny place to put a picnic hamper. Particularly this one. Wilfred, where are you going?
Well, if you don't mind, I thought I'd look for Teasel. I'm in the mood for a birthday adventure right now. See you later.
But what about old Vole? I can't push this by myself. You're stronger than I am, remember? Wilfred, please.
Oh, all right. But let's hurry.
Up at Bluebell Bank, everyone was hiding, waiting to jump out and surprise Wilfred.
Are they here yet?
Wilfred, be careful.
Why? They're only leaves. Why am I having to do this on my birthday?
They're coming. They're coming.
The mice stayed as still as they could, trying not to make any noise. You could almost taste the excitement in the air.
All that running for nothing. Old Vole isn't even here. Oh. Well, now we can have our adventure.
But don't you want to see what's in the hamper?
I know what's in the hamper. A bunch of old leaves.
Oh, but please, Wilfred. Let's just make sure they're all right.
Oh, come on then. The lid's stuck.
You're right.
What?
No!
Primrose didn't understand what had happened. Where was Wilfred's birthday cake? and his presents. The rest of the mice were still waiting for the signal to jump out. Wilfred was thoroughly confused.
It's the wrong hamper.
The wrong hamper?
I must have made a mistake. I'll have to tell old Vole. Why don't we play hide and seek while we wait for him? Close your eyes and count to 10 and I'll hide.
Then can we have our birthday adventure?
Yes, now close your eyes.
1, 2...
How can it be the wrong hamper?
I don't know. There's a blue checked picnic cloth.
Did
and
you say
napkins
blue
and...
checked? Oh, that's our cloth. Alfred? Alfred?
Yes, my little daffodil?
Where did you put that hamper you were mending?
I put it behind a bush, Petal.
Next to the hornbeam? That's where we found this one.
If you'll excuse me for a moment, I'll be right back.
9, 10. Ready or not, here I come! What? Primrose? You're meant to be hiding.
I couldn't find a good place.
What's wrong with...
Oh, I see you found your hamper, Wilfred.
It's not my hamper. It's for old Vole.
Old Vole? But that's the wrong hamper.
Not you too.
Oh, Basil, I see you bought old Vole his wine. He said he'd be here at midday. Do you know where he is?
I haven't got a clue.
If you see him, tell him we're waiting for him. Thanks.
Do we really have to wait for old Vole? Come on, Primrose. My birthday's almost over.
I'm sure he won't be long, Wilfred.
Well, you wait. I'll go and have a birthday adventure by myself.
Here it is.
Wilfred, wait, look.
What?
I thought I saw old Vole down there. He's going the wrong way. Old Vole, we're here. Wilfred, catch up with him and tell him we're here.
Why me?
Because you're the fastest.
Oh, all right.
Well done, Primrose. Sorry for the mix-up.
Are you sure you saw old Vole?
Oh, wasn't he there?
Primrose? What's going on? It's my birthday. We're supposed to be having an adventure, remember? Not messing around with hampers. What are you doing now?
I closed this lid and now it's stuck again. Can you help me open it?
What for? You know what's in it. Are you going to come with me on my birthday adventure or not?
After you open that hamper for me.
Oh, really?
Now!
Surprise!
It is a...
Wilfred was more thrilled than he could say. And just as he'd secretly hoped, there were more presents to open. A teddy mouse from Mrs. Eyebright. A rucksack from Lord and Lady Woodmouse. And from the apples, a mouse in a box.
I didn't know this was a birthday picnic, so I didn't bring a present.
But you already gave me a present, Basil. A whistle lesson, remember?
How could I forget? Shall we?
The mice piled up their plates with scones, tarts, pies, and Mrs. Apple's special spring pudding.
Could I have more pie?
Alfred, more pie?
Right, who wants a poppy seed bun?
There's plenty of cheeses here for everyone.
This is delicious, as usual. Have another scone, Mr. Toadflax. After running all the way from the hornbeam, you deserve it.
Thank you, Mrs. Eyebright.
Oh, happy birthday, Wilfred.
Oh, yes! The cake!
Go on, Wilfred.
Blow out the candle.
Well now, time to cut the cake. Thank everyone, Wilfred.
Oh, yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for my lovely presents.
After all the mice had eaten at least 2 slices of birthday cake, the grown-ups snoozed under the bluebells, while the young mice played hide-and-seek in the primroses. At last, the sun began to sink behind the far woods, and a chilly breeze blew over the field. It was time to go home.
Wilfred? Wilfred? Oh.
When the moon came up that night, Brambly Hedge was once again silent and still. Every mouse was fast asleep.